Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Medica pitch session dedicated to French breakthrough in remote diagnosis, monitoring, and surveillance. I'm Elizabeth Arnaud, Project Manager for the French Healthcare Association. French Healthcare is a public-private initiative that brings together under a common banner all the French healthcare actors in order to promote their activities, international expertise, and innovation. Today, we will be presenting five innovative companies from the French delegation that are participating to Medica. I'm calling Quantic, FeetMe, ExactCure, WeMed, and SGH Healthcare. Each company will have 4 to 5 minutes to introduce themselves, their technology, and solutions. I think we can get started with the first company, that is Quantic.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Perhaps you know that 2 billion people are suffering from a chronic disease. It's 700 billion euros spent each year. You can keep, okay, sorry, you can be there. But anyway, it's 700 billion euros spent each year in Europe. It's more than $3 trillion spent in the US, and it's the first cause of death in the world. A regular check of the health of patients, such as taking their pulse or blood pressure, is key for improving the situation. For example, it has been proven that it reduces the hospitalizations and it increases life expectancy. That's actually, that's why the digitalization of the remote patient monitoring industry is so huge. So it's huge, but limited. And it's limited by design because most of the time it depends on hardware, medical devices that are necessary for taking vitals of patients. So obviously you cannot imagine that every home has a medical device. So that model is not scalable. So you can go to the next one. So Quantic is a game changer. Why? Because we transform any smartphone into a medical device thanks to our B2B software. Concretely, just imagine a patient. They just need to look at their smartphone for 20 seconds, and we analyze in real time their face, and we measure their pulse, their respiratory rate, their blood pressure, and even their SpO2. So it seems magic, but it's not. It has been developed by my great co-founder, Fabien, and his team. Perhaps let me explain you how it works. I guess you know, thanks to the crisis, what is an oximeter. It emits light, and it measures the absorption of the light by the blood circulating in your finger. So, and this absorption depends on your heartbeat, and it depends also on your body characteristics. So it can deduce, for example, your SpO2. And we do exactly the same thing, but we measure the absorption of the ambient light by the blood circulating in your face. So concretely, we sell a B2B SaaS API, plug and play, so to any software and hardware health monitoring providers. It means that by removing the constraint of a remote of the hardware, we help them to scale their business. You can go to the next one. So today, and actually to the next one as well, sorry. Today we are in the process of becoming a medical device in Europe and in the United States. We have started the company last year, and we are already working with 10 hospitals in Europe and in Africa. We are also looking for new hospital partners in North America for our medical trials and for co-building our solution. Early this year, we have raised funds, and we are now preparing for the next round. So if you are an investor and want to be part of the journey, feel free to contact me. I'm Alan, the CEO of Quantic. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That sounds great. I'm now going to give the stage to FeetMe.
Yes, thank you, and welcome. My name is Spencer Jacobs. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer at FeetMe. We can move on. So mobility, yeah, can we go next slide, please? So mobility problems have a large impact on quality of life of patients. It can prevent somebody from spending their time doing daily activities. It can lead to social isolation, declining of health, and ultimately loss of autonomy, needing home care or the need of nursing. So due to the aging population, as already said by my colleague before, there's an increase in chronic diseases. The need of physical rehabilitation will continue to grow, while there's already a lack of resources today. The standard of care is a huge cost, and to cover those needs, while moreover, if we could do early physical intervention, it should lead to a reduction of serious events, just like falls. So rehabilitation will remain very important. Next. Thanks to FeetMe's wearable devices, it are connected insoles, providing real-time feedback directly from the patient's feet. Telemonitoring and telerehabilitation become something easy. The insoles slide easily in the shoes, have no wires connected, as transmission is done by Bluetooth, and charging is done, as you can see, through inductions. Our medical device, completely invisible for the outside world, are made in close collaboration with patient groups to meet their needs. And so they are being designed very patient-centric, which is very important. The combination that is built into the insoles are motion sensors and pressure sensors. It's a FeetMe patented technology, and we can monitor mobility remotely outside of the hospital and can allow rehabilitation programs based on the data collected from the insoles. Next. Therefore, FeetMe's ecosystem is really a harmonized journey between the patient and the healthcare professional. So thanks to specific evaluation application, the baseline of the patient can be made during a visit, and together with the patient, the healthcare professional can design a rehabilitation program that can be determined for this particular patient to exercise at home. Thanks to the wireless connectivity, the information is stored in the patient's database and can be consulted at any time by the healthcare professional. The patient themselves, they receive biofeedback during their exercises on the compliance and the progress they made. And as needed, the programs can be adapted remotely without any further need of visits during, for example, teleconsultation. Next. The platform provides a large range of validated exercises. They can work on different aspects of the rehabilitation process. It can work on the equilibrium, reinforcement, just on improving the gait or mobility and endurance. Thanks to static and dynamic exercises, the exercises allow to get personalized in the program. So for every patient in their current stage. Yeah, so the combination of exercises allow really a tailored approach per patient. Next. So thanks to this ecosystem, benefits are seen for all parties that are involved. Patients exercise more, and especially when it fits their schedule. Yeah, so anytime during the day. Thanks to the insight in their health, we see an improved adherence and motivation. The healthcare, they have objective data for the first time. They really have objective data, and it allows them to track the adherence and the progress made and to take decisions based on informative reports. For payers, they have now for the first time also the ability to have transparency on how efficient an intervention is, and it will allow cost reduction thanks to the personalized approach. Next. Oh, seems one is missing, but just in general, further to what I explained is that patients get more engaged in their health and understand better the goal of the intervention based on the comprehensive reports. The relationship with the healthcare professional is positively impacted thanks to such communication, and the reports just allow better disease monitoring and earlier change in intervention with a reduction in complications. Our technology will help reduce overall the risk of falls by 50%, with still a high return of investment, reducing the number of hospitalizations. So thanks to an easy wearable device, the user-friendly application and remote connectivity, FeetMe solutions are used during this COVID period, but will become a very strong alternative in the change of traditional healthcare towards home-based telerehabilitation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Spencer. That sounds great. I'm now going to introduce you to ExactCure.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Elizabeth. At ExactCure, next, our goal is a proper use of drugs thanks to personalized medications. We developed a digital twin that simulates the concentration of drugs in the blood of patients based on their personal characteristics like age, weight, gender, liver status, renal status, genotype, etc. And the goal is to avoid underdoses, overdoses, and drug-drug interactions. The problem we tackle, as you understand, is the one of medication errors that kill 5 times more than road accidents, and they cost. Medication errors cost a lot of money to pharmaceutical companies as well as health insurance companies, either public or private. Our solution has 2 users. It's a medical device, and we target both healthcare professionals and patients as users, although our clients are pharmaceutical companies mainly. Next, for the healthcare professional, we provide a simulation tool that runs in the cloud and that will allow him or her to personalize prescriptions. In the example below, you can see on the left a usual prescription for a normal man of 70 kilos with no renal problem for dabigatran. But this simulation doesn't work for a woman who is only 45 kilos and has a strong renal impairment, as you can see on the left. For her, the blue curve, which is the concentration of the drug in her blood, goes over the red line, which is the overexposure threshold. We want the blue line, the blue curve, to remain between the green line and the red line, because above the green line is above the efficacy threshold, and below the red line is to keep her below the overexposure threshold. That's how the healthcare professional can run different simulations, changing doses and timings until he or she reaches another simulation like the one on the right, which looks good with a better score of 95.1%. And in this case, you can see the concentration of the drug in the blood of this patient will remain between the green and the red line. So it's a tool for the healthcare professional to personalize drugs and posologies. Next, for the patient now, we provide a mobile app, which is also a medical device, which will help the patient manage his or her medication. You can see a simulation on the left, which is all green, which means I'm taking as a patient a drug now, and I can see that I will be covered by my drug from this time until this time. It's all green. I have no underdose, overdose, or drug-drug interaction. However, if I take another drug, which was prescribed by another doctor or an OTC drug, then you can see on the middle screen that it turns red, which means I'm facing an overdose now. I don't want to do that. So that's a tool to help me avoid this overdose. On top of this simulation, which is the result of work with fundamental research institutes, we developed as well services that help the patient improve his adherence, like notices, patients' information leaflets, information about the drugs, drug-drug interactions, pill reminders, a map, Google map with the list of pharmacies on the map. And we are working with hospitals here. We are first focusing on chronic diseases, kidney cancer, cardiovascular diseases, neurology, psychology. And we are launching with a pharmaceutical company called UPSA in France, our app in December, nationwide. And we also were selected by Medica as one of the finalists. Tomorrow, you can come and meet us at the Medica Startup Competition in Hall 12, stand 12E35, tomorrow, Tuesday at 1 p.m. It will be lovely to meet you there. Thank you very much.
Great, that sounds great. Thank you very much, Fabien. I am now going to introduce you to WeMed.
Yeah, I am. My name is Valery Bonnet. I am a co-founder and managing director and also sales manager for the moment of WeMed, which is a very young, 1-year-old French company dedicated to remote auscultation and dedicated and especially in medical devices, connected medical devices for telemedicine, telemed. Our DNA is to develop and implement all over the world simple and elegant solution for remote consultation. And in 9 months, we have developed a stethoscope, a connected stethoscope, a very simple connected stethoscope, which name is Scope, S-K-O-P. And it's the particularity is Scope is patient oriented. It's not as usual a device, a medical device is developed for specialists, for professionals. It's only for you and me, for Mrs. and Mr. Smith. It is a certified medical devices, so we make the job we have the certification from ANSM, which is our health authority in France, and WeMed in Europe. We are doing the same in Canada Health and FDA for the US. So it's not a gadget. It's I want to be very proud to say it's a medical device only for doctors, for professionals, but used for patient. Used by patient, that means that it is stored, it is dedicated to be stored in your home, at home, in your medicine cabinet. And when you need it, you have only to take the small box with very simple things to make the connection, sorry for the blur, to make the connection to your computer or your tablet or your iPhone or Android, doesn't matter. And to have, please, next, and to have a call with universal specialist platform, for example, Maya or Livy or Care or Medeo, and doesn't care for that. Or you can also have a call with your doctor through a generally social application, for example, WhatsApp or Zoom or Teams. It doesn't matter too. So that's why it is a universal medical devices for telemedicine. Please, next. It's universal, but it's also more efficient than our competitive product. it's 20% more efficient than the closer similar medical device developed by the competition. And in addition, it is 6 times cheaper than the cheapest comparable product in the market. And the comparable product is the most common stethoscope in the world. So it's not it's not a low product. It's a very good one, produced by a leading company. Please, next. We are very proud also to say that we participate to a real industrial revolution with the 3D printing. The scope, as you can see here, is entirely printed with resin, and in the matter of fact, we can produce it in France, but also in Italy, in the US, anywhere in the world, because production means are very small, not so big as if you would have to make injection, for example, plastic injection. So it can be manufactured on demand locally, and it is very important because we can avoid a shipping cost or custom cost, of course, and also we can produce the product in the quantity the market need and no more. And it is the last thing I would say. There is inside the product 2 NFC chip in order to ensure the tracking protection insurance. I think it's yes, it's not the end. We have developed scope training app in order to teach people to use the scope on their body in order not to make losing time to the doctor when they implement a remote consultation. So you can use with Android or Apple Store, you can use the scope training to hear your own heart or lung to make your own consultation. But as you are not a doctor, you can have a diagnosis, your own diagnosis on what you hear. But you can train, you can teach how to use the scope before the remote consultation.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was very interesting. Thank you very much, Valery. And I am now going to introduce you to SGH Healthcaring.
Thank you. So my name is Megan, and I'm in charge of marketing and communications for SGH Healthcaring. And I'm going to introduce SGH Healthcaring because I think it's a little bit different from other companies. So we are a French plastic processing group which designs, subcontracts, and manufactures high-end parts and devices for pharmaceutical and medical companies. So we have a standard product range. No, you can. Thank you. No. So we have a standard product range with overall dosing syringes, cups, spoons, droppers, but we also have a special dedicated team for bespoke medical device and component development, like plunger rods, dialysis cassette, diagnostic strips, tips, and other complex parts for in vitro diagnostics field. We are experts in automation. So just to give you an example, we developed for one of our clients a complete production line, segregation by cavity and packaging line with 35 robots in a DNA, RNA-free environment. So all automation cell was designed in-house by SGH teams. And between construction of the clean room, design, implementation, and qualification of the production line, the project took less than 12 months. So all this was made thanks to our expertise, but also with thanks to our privileged partnership with the best mold makers and automation specialists. You can move on. Thank you. So just to illustrate our know-how, I would like to present you TESS, so Therapy Smart System. This is a connected device that we have developed to address a very specific issue about complex treatment regimes. So the question we ask is how a smart device can help all actors in the treatment chain, from the physician to the end user. So tests address 5 issues: drug-related errors, fake drugs, waste-related costs, and non-observance. The aim of this device is to get the right drug to the right patient in the right dose at the right time and by the right route. So it consists in 2 parts, so a container and a device, and both are patented by SGH, and it's to deliver oral solid shapes. So just to understand how does it works, the physician prescribes the treatment plan, the hospital or the pharmacist packs and delivers the treatment, and then at home, after a ring and an identify checking, patient can take their treatment. Then they can share information remotely with the care team. And for example, in case of adverse effects, the dosage can be adjusted in real time. So all actors of the chain are related by a software to secure the taking of oral treatment at home and improve the adherence of the treatment. And just in information, this is a device which has been launched in 2029 and will be used in France by patients of the Provence Cancer Institute for Oncology. And we are equipped in-house with the ESD workshop to make assembly of electromedical devices. So thank you, and if you want to know more about us and about our device, feel free to contact us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. That was all very interesting. I'm very happy to have hosted that pitch session today. Don't forget to go and visit all our speakers today on Medica. So that was Quantic, FeetMe, ExactCure, WeMed, and HGH Healthcaring. They will all be featuring in Medica, and keep posted for all the latest news of the French healthcare on the French Healthcare social media and on the French Healthcare Association social media. Thank you very much to all, and I wish you a great Congress. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.